with the little
Oh,
millennials.
yep. Yep.
Yeah, I guess the Gen Z are just beating
Oh,
Gen Z.
oh my
We need to call
god.
the zookeeper. We need to call the zookeeper. I found the last one.
Yeah, someone got it.
Yeah, no,
Looks
it's,
like he's wearing
yeah,
human
like
clothes.
Yeah, like Z do not exist.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know, dude. It's
Alright, here we go.
completely
Come
ridiculous.
on, Zard. Come on. Oh, he muted me before I could say anything. What a piece of shit. How?
Yeah, I know. I can see it.
Yeah,
Nah.
can you go there? Can you go there? Go there, please. Please go there.
Hang
Please,
on.
politely asking.
Alright.
Politely asking.
You
Let
want?
me ask you wonderful folks both a question of curiosity.
Okay, go on.
Give me a sec.
Oh
Where's
boy.
mine?
You're clever about it. You've got some humor to it. But don't you think, if I'm going to run around in a furry avatar in public,
Oh yeah.
that I've heard all the jokes, I've had all the randoms, all the grays, pretty much any joke, any harassment.
Yes, but Grandpa Wolf, that's not the entire issue,
Anything you
okay?
can
The
think of.
problem is that you condone it. You allow it to happen. You continue to... You enable it, okay? You know it's going to happen, yet you do it anyways. You allow it anyways, okay? That puts a bad name for yourself. It's like, oh look, let's not hang around this guy because he lets people harass him all day. You know?
Disco fever.
I don't think that's technically how it works.
Okay, you just admitted that you've seen it all. You've been through it all. I mean, that guy just comes to you and
I've
started
seen it
blasting
all.
shit in your mic. Grandpa Wolf, you know that some of the people, most of the people that hate furries don't even know what furries are. They have no idea what they are, but they still hate them, right? People are hating on you without even knowing what or who you are. Okay, you could be a genuine person and they just hate on you for the avatar, right? That's an issue, and you know this. Yet you know this. You know people are going to harass you. You know people are going to bully you. Yet you condone this. It's like you go out of your way to make people hate you. It's like putting a kick me sign on your back, you know? And you still
I
allow...
would put it more like, so this is my custom avatar. I have a couple others that are in this model. I like this avatar. I know all the expressions. I know all the keys and all this shit. I like this avatar. I'm not going to change it just because, oh, God, a fucking fur. No, I enjoy this avatar.
I
And
don't really care.
Okay, that
I'm
you
growing up
can...
enough to where the
You can like
the
the
funny
avatar,
shit,
but
like
it's-
sometimes I get a laugh.
It's a furry, dude. Like, you know it's a furry. You're a furry. I don't think this has
And
anything to do with
there's a bunch
expression.
of cat girls running around, e-boys running around.
Yeah,
Flash
those-
crazy
Opinion, you want to hear my opinion? You're a pedophile.
See? See?
It's clever.
Grandpa, you wouldn't even have to
But-
deal with shit like that. You would never have to deal with things like that. You choose to. You want to be hated. It makes me think you're like some kind of masochist or something. Like you enjoy stuff like that.
No, it's just I'm not gonna change because of
It is
it.
hard.
But that's the
You don't have to
simplistic form
change,
of it.
dude. Just don't use the furry avatar. You people are targeting you specifically because of the avatar, and you could literally change that with the click of a button. It costs nothing.
It is small, but it is there. It is all
You could go like you could literally. I heard it takes like 7 seconds to make a first impression, right? And these people see you, and they're like, you know, it's another furry. Let's go harass him. Let's go bully him, right? But these other like.
Then again, I'll put it to you this way: if somebody sees this avatar and then they tweak the fuck out and act like a kid, that's a good warning sign for me. It's all right, cool. Don't need to associate with that person.
I get that.
I've met plenty of people in this avatar, and I've talked to them and made wonderful friends. And I already have that pre-detection system. If somebody comes up and is blasting music or acting a fool, I already know.
Oh
for a fact,
yeah,
okay,
that
cool.
like
That's
the
somebody I don't
autistic
need to
desktop
associate
trash.
with.
That's like never gonna go. Yeah, I understand that. There's always going to be that on the game, but people who don't normally act like that will go out of their way to act like that just because you're a furry. Do you know who Jace is? Jayce. He's like he uploads YouTube
I do
videos
not.
on VR chat, alright? And he just has this video of him going around in Publix with a furry avatar and people just looking at him and instantly blocking him, harassing him. And I know some of those people, and they're great people outside of the game. Like just they're great people, but like it's just like the stigma furries give off in this game. You know, it's like just they're always going to be hated on, always.
But Oh.
I guess it's just one of those things where I've accepted it. I mean,
Yeah. But when you
I can't.
don't be
I get the
fucking,
psychological aspect that you're talking about. Yeah, it's easy, just switch off, go to something else. But at the same time, it's like, fuck it. I don't want to.
well, I mean, you were like, oh.
And it's not, like you say, it's not because I want to be hated, but hell, some of it's funny. Some of it is actually pretty fucking funny. Other stuff like the autistic music and shit, that's, yeah, okay.
Yeah, fuck
I
that.
get
Yeah,
that,
I
that
agree. That's ridiculous. I hate that shit. I instantly mute and block people who do that stuff too. It's a social game. I don't come here to hear someone be autistic or blast music. But like what I'm referring to is just like the people who don't normally act like that, but then go out of their way to act like that just simply because of your avatar. I'm sure you're a great person outside of that, like outside of the game, just in general. You probably have a great personality. But again, these people don't care about that. They see you, they see the avatar, and that's instant harassment.
I mean, and I guess, personally, if that's how they act as soon as they see something that they don't understand, then I guess it's a good warning system for me that that's the type of person they are. Even if they're a good person, if they've got those kind of characteristics, well, shit, I'm not going to be able to socialize with them later if I switch back into my main avatar.
Yeah, that's true, but I mean,
I think one human.
that's what public is, dude. Like that's what public lobbies are, right? You're not gonna be friends with every single person you meet on here, but you're also not going to have the best interactions with people if you walk around like this in public. You're gonna be missing out on some good conversations. Listen, I did a survey, right, like not too long ago, and I asked people how they feel about furries, and they said they don't really care about them, but if they don't have to talk to them, they won't. Right, so if people are like actively avoiding you in a social game, that kind of like destroys the social aspect, right, of VR chat. If people aren't chatting with you, there's no chat in VR chat, you know.
If I remember.
Well, I can trade you that and say, like, when I first started playing this game, I was in like the free version of this, and I would go to drinking nights, get shit-faced, and that's where I met most of the people that I hang out with now. All humans. Like, I actually do not have that many furry friends. All humans or e-girls, e-boys, you know, however you'd want to describe them, meme avatars. And it's just from socializing, and they see this, they don't give a shit. We connect, we get drunk, have a good time, and I've made good friends in the process of doing it.
Yeah, I understand that, but you mentioned
I normally don't go
right?
into public worlds. Yeah, drinking night's fucking great. But like normally I don't go to a public world like this much anymore. I did when I first started playing, just meeting people and shit. But now it's the middle of the day, none of my people are on, so I'm out here just shooting shit, seeing the meme avatars and shit.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, yeah, dude, it just doesn't, like, I don't understand, like you said, the psychology behind it, like the sociological thought process and things like that. Like I see a furry and I see someone who knows they're going to get harassed and hated on, yet they choose to come in here like this anyways. Like, I don't understand the thought process. It makes no sense to me.
It's one of those things that it doesn't necessarily get to me so much. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, here we go again. But generally speaking, it doesn't hurt my feelings or agitate me or anything like that.
Sound like when you speak fucking French.
Put that aside. I'm actually kind of trained in conflict de-escalation and being able to control all that shit. So like it doesn't.
Oh, yeah, I understand that, dude. But I mean, again, these people are going to just immediately see you and just that's it, dude. Like there's not going to be a conflict. It's just going to be harassment and then mute and block. That's all it's going to be.
Fair enough though. Sounds like a child just died.
Oh.
Yeah.
A main majority of reasons why people dislike furries is because, well, if you look at the statistics on really bad things like zoophiles, a large
don't get me wrong. There's
percentage of
plenty of
zoophiles
fucking weird ones.
are furries.
Do not get me wrong. There's plenty of fucking weird ones. That's why I actually have more than the normal normies. Would you go?
Yeah. Do you know what nanachis
friends,
are?
but-
Do you know like the nanachi community on this game?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
I do.
you're aware of like what they are, like the underage character, how they put dicks and shit on their models and fuck each other with the underage character. Yeah, I heard that even the furries hate the nanachis. Like the nanachis are the misfits among the misfits, you know.
Oh, and some of the weirdest people that I have met and had to been like, okay, have been some of the people at like actual furry worlds. So it's, you know.
Yeah.
The community does collect some strange ones. And it's reasonable. Like, I get your point, it's reasonable. But and every once in a while, I do pop into a human avatar if I don't feel like it. But
Yeah, look, I only want
I
what's
guess that'd
best
be
for
the good end.
people. I only want what's best for people. I'm the good guy.
No, I'd say I'd say if there was somebody who couldn't handle insults or being aggroed on, then they probably shouldn't do it. I can, so it's no problem for me. But if, like, you know, someone younger or somebody who's not as confident or et cetera, whatever problems they may have, I think it's easy. They definitely should do it.
Well, okay. Here's the thing about that, right? I think regardless of whether or not you're able to take stuff like that, I think it's still a bad idea to, like, condone it, right? Because it's almost like you're influencing it. They're like, these other people are going to see you, and they're like, oh, look, he's doing it. Maybe I can do it too. And then they're just going to shit on and harassed, and then it's just going to lead to, you know, things like that, right? I think, like, even the idea of, like, you influencing things like that around other furries is really bad.
That's a fair point. Sometimes the conflict is fun, especially if me and a bunch of my people go to a public world. I'm going to be the only free there. So we're all hanging out in front of a mirror. Somebody comes up to aggro. They suddenly got 20 people aggroed on them because they aggroed on me. So sometimes the conflict can be entertaining, but...
Yeah, I get that. The only reason I play this game is to argue with people and debate. That's the only reason I get on this game.
Alright,
where's the back? Okay, what?
Oh, well, I already drank so little late to see that one.
So, like,
Actually gets any choice, to be honest with you. Yeah.
if you're
Nothing against
a furry, like, why is that not acceptable in public?
So in public, there's a lot of reasons why it's bad to be a
That's
furry.
actually a thing?
Specifically in VR chat, okay?
My goodness.
So, furries are some of the most hated people,
Like hats
like,
are
in just in
referred to
general, right? Like, they're
as,
super discriminated for no reason.
feminine
Lots of
objects.
people hate them. And most of the people that actually hate furries don't even know what furries are, right?
I don't know.
So these people are hating on furries, like, really for no reason,
So we
right?
should have more of them in public. We should have way more
No,
of
that's
them
just
in
going to
public.
influence harassment and bullying, and that's bad, okay? These furries, they know this. They know that people are going to hate on them and harass them and bully them and things like that, but yet they come in public
Well,
anyways.
that's why we need more of them. We need more
Why-
of them.
I mean, I
Why
hang
would we-
around them a lot. They're
why
really
would
nice
we need-
people, actually.
See,
Yeah,
I know they're
nice
super
people.
nice. See, okay, I know they're super nice. I know they are. I talk to lots of them, but what I'm saying is that most of the people that hate on
So,
them
like, the
don't know
best-
what
the
they
best,
are, right? So people
so
are hating
the
on them.
hate, like, the best way to combat hate is just to talk with people and have, like, a real conversation with them.
I understand that, but listen, these people that come in here, they see these furries and they just immediately start mic spamming, they start bullying, they start harassing, they start throwing slurs around. That's just how it is. Like, that's just how people are, and that's how they're going to be no
Well,
matter
that's
what.
a nuisance for everyone, honestly.
Wait.
Like,
That's
I don't know
just how it
anyone
is.
that wants
Here's
to chat
Here's the
in
thing, the majority of people who do that are like 5 and should not be on this. And
Hang on, I'm lagging.
Yeah,
I
if
understand
they're-
that. Look,
if
but
they're
there are
like under
listen, I know plenty of
13, they should not
perfectly
be there.
I know plenty of perfectly normal people who, when they see a furry, it's like a flip that switches in their head to just start harassing them and bullying them. Again, this is just how it is. Like, this is how this is how it is for lots of people. Like, they just don't like furries.
So those people, if they can't behave in,
Why do we hear
in
a
public,
Nerf
like,
chainsaw starting
I don't
up?
know.
That's just how it is, though, right? Like, that's just how it's going to be. Society deems furries as bad people, but like the people behind the furries,
But why?
behind the fursona, I'm not denying they're
Why
genuine
is
people.
society like that?
I don't know. It's not up to us to decide stuff like that. That's just how society is.
But we're a part of society. We can influence it for the better.
It's mob mentality. It's mob mentality. So, like, here's the thing. If we allow furries in public, if we condone that kind of stuff, we are influencing the hatred. We are influencing the harassment. We are adding on to the problem
Yeah,
if we allow stuff like
Settings to
that.
0 because my
We're
PC
we're
can
not
handle
allowing
this.
it as much.
I got a blue screen.
Yes, we are not
We're
condoning the
enabling
hate.
The hate.
Exactly. Like, we don't. Why would we want to influence stuff like that? Like, that's bad. I don't want furries to be harassed or hated on. Like,
No, we want furries here so that
Oh, this is the
people are less likely to harass them.
okay, no, that's not how it's going to be. If more furries are here, the more likely worlds are going to get crashed, and lots of people are going to talk shit and bully and harass them. The numbers don't matter. The numbers don't matter at all. It's just it could be one furry, it could be 10 furries. They are still going to get harassed and bullied and hated on and things like that.
Well, like, let's have less people that crash people. Doesn't
How are
matter
we gonna
what
do
kind of
that?
person they are.
Denise, yeah, how are we gonna do that? That's not up to us. Again, that's just how it is, right? So I'm just going off of what we already know,
It's
not what we
not
can
how
do
it
or what we
is.
can't do.
It's-
That is how it is. People are going to hate on furries regardless of their numbers, regardless of how they are. Like, I heard it takes
I
7
have more
seconds
faith
to
in
make a
humanity.
I heard it takes 7 seconds to make a first impression, right? So a lot of these people, they probably see these furries and they're like, no, you know, like that's just. And like, do you know the YouTuber Jace? He's a furry, Jayce. He's a VR chat furry YouTuber, and he made a video of himself just walking around in public lobbies, and people just blocking him and harassing him, and he didn't say anything. Like, it was just the whole video of him just getting harassed because he was a furry.
I feel like this game is getting filled with too many people.
Okay, who did it?
And so it crashed.
Who's
Somebody
Himmy?
crashed.
Who did it?
Who's Himmy?
Somebody
I
crashed
wanna know who did it.
Tell you it's Sully.
The argument is that people will find them offensive, like maybe not most people, but some people, and that trouble of having those people be offended is makes it so that we shouldn't have those marginalized people in public. But really what we need is more allies.
Allies. Look, listen,
Yeah,
Vanessa, there's
more
always
allies
going
to
to be
furries.
there's always going to be more bad than there is good. The bad will always outweigh the good in everything.
I have way more faith in humanity than you do.
Look, we're talking about VR chat, okay? Not like it's not. This isn't exactly a humanity type place. There's no restoring humanity in this hell.
I've experienced that. I'm sorry that you haven't.
Experience what? Listen, anytime there's a furry in any
A lot
public
of
lobby I've ever
humanity.
been in, they always get harassed. Always. Look, I did a survey not too long ago. I asked lots of people, how do you feel about furries? And they said, oh, I don't really care about them, but if I don't have to talk to them, I won't. Alright? So if people are actively avoiding you in a social game, that destroys the social aspect, right? There's no chat in VR chat if no one wants to chat with you. You are destroying your own, like, reputation. You are destroying your own credibility. You're making people not want to talk to you simply because of their choice of your avatar.
Well, that's their loss.
Yeah, it's the furry's loss. He's missing out on great
Yeah,
conversations,
well, it's like,
right?
it's everyone's loss.
I don't know. I mean, you're not wrong in a way, but, like, the real loser is the furry, alright? He's the one that's actually missing out on hundreds of potential good conversations, okay? The people are only missing out on one.
Well, why are they missing out on those conversations?
Because they see the furry avatar and they dislike it. What the fuck was that?
But why?
That's just how it is. No, like no one likes furries, Vanessa, yeah? Like,
I never will accept that's how it is.
furries don't
That's
like.
not
That's
an answer.
It's just how it's like. That's just how society is, dude. Society hates furries, and there's
that's
nothing
not
that
an answer.
nothing someone like me and you can do to change that.
Hi.
Again, there's like most of the people that actually do hate furries don't even know what furries are.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe we should normalize furries around.
That's not up to
like,
us. Again, we can't do that.
That's definitely up to us.
We can't
that's how
do
it
something
works.
like no, that's not. That's not.
That is
That's
how
not
it
something
works.
that we can just decide to do, and that's how it's gonna be from now on.
Yeah, furries are
No,
trash.
you have to take action. You have to like be around furries to actually have people like furries.
Okay, no, that's not. Other people aren't going to like furries just because you're hanging around furries.
Why not?
Because they're not the ones actually hanging on them, you are.
Dude, the worst are the non-achievers.
But people usually like me.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Fuck non-cheese.
Okay, what does that have to do with them liking furries?
What are you talking about?
So, they'll be exposed to more furries that are actually being nice to people.
Okay, listen, if people hate something a lot, so much to where they don't even know what it is, I doubt they would, hang around them just because their friend is hanging around them.
Well, they can learn. Like, people can learn new things.
Okay, so these are can and if statements. Can and if statements, they're not really logical. You can't use them in like a realistic debate.
Nah, furries are trash.
Easy.
From what I can
This
tell,
isn't
you're
a
very
realistic debate,
pessimistic
though.
about everything. What about, you know, racism against black people or feminism?
What about it?
That all changed. There's no slavery with white people having black people as slaves. There's no feminists that can't vote.
Okay, but just because there's no slavery or feminism doesn't mean it's completely gone.
How did that happen?
That doesn't mean it's completely erased. Dude, I meet hundreds of racist people on this game every single day.
Yeah, but what happened? Progress. And how did it happen?
Okay, well, slavery was immoral to begin with. That was, like, awful. That was an awful thing to ever happen. The thought of a human owning another human was insane. Like, I can't even comprehend something like that.
I don't support furry segregation.
But if it's for, listen, if it's for the better,
No, hi.
hey, look, if it's for the better, then it's good for them, okay? If it does nothing but benefit them,
It's not.
yes, it completely eliminates.
Who's your guy on your picture?
It completely reduces and eliminates the chances of them getting bullied, harassed, hated on, humiliated, things like that in public. That's why we need to put them back in the furhub or furry maps, where they won't have to deal with anything like that.
I'm a furry. What are you guys talking about?
It's still segregation. I don't like it.
It's segregation for the better, okay? Again, you have to sacrifice a little bit of good to get rid of the bad, okay?
This person says that we should not have furries in public lobbies because they get harassed. We should segregate them away.